goes wrong and it burns inside, I stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll argue forever, no need to hide. When it all goes wrong and it burns inside, I'll stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll argue forever, no need to hide. I'm a libertarian, I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian, and fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. Well, I know what's wrong and I know what's right. I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity, being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian, I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian, and fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I know what's wrong and I know what's right. I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity, being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian, I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian, and fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian, I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian, and fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Welcome to a Friday night version of the game show. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, bro. Pretty good.
Not bad.
Oh, Cash is here. What the hell? When did you get here, Cash?
I was rushing, bro. I had to drive an hour. I was on the road for literally the last 2 hours.
So you're black, you're Irish, you're Russian now? What?
That's
what?
right. You hit it on the head.
My Lord, man. Like, Cash, I gotta get it out of the way. I almost did a whole category of who has more kids, Cash Kelly or Elon Musk. And all the questions were going to be about that.
Hey, you should have did it. You should have did it. That's what I was doing. I was literally going to pick. I dropped off one kid. It was picking up some more kids.
It lost all of its humor after really that question. I kind of lost interest. So let's see. 69 points to Mike. Mike's not getting out of that hole, Zach. But I appreciate
Zach
trying.
cracks me up, bro. In the comments, oh my God, he's the best.
What's up, B? There's Casey. Welcome, Stephanie. Welcome, Rose. Welcome, Elaine.
Creole Queen.
USA. There she is, the Creole Queen. Welcome. Cash gets 69 points for being very diverse.
I'll take it. I'm already off to a great start.
You spelled fertile wrong, Zach. You spelled fertile wrong. What's up, OB? Oh, a new picture from OB. Nice. I like it. All right. Well, welcome. While everybody's filtering in, say hi in the chat. Welcome to a Saturday night edition to Are You Smarter Than a Politician? We skipped Friday night because of the one or two of my friends that actually has found love and been successful at it. So we thought we'd give you guys the night off. And for the rest of us, I fell asleep on the couch after working out for like 3 hours. So hope you all had more fun than that. But all right. So thank you again. Last week we came in the #1 rated game show at 8 p.m. for people 36 to 48 who refuse to play by the rules. So thank you for that. We really appreciate that. Share this out. Make sure maybe we'll get 37 to 48-year-olds next week. You never know. If you share it out, we could add to the group and make it more fun. So, oh, welcome, Michael.
What's going on, Mike?
UK in the house. Nice. We got the YouTube version of Casey as well. Excellent. All right. So speaking of YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube. The lovely Creole Queen and Terry and B and a bunch of people helped me get that up and going. So thank you to everybody that's doing that. We got a bunch of followers. I don't even know how many. I keep forgetting to look, but it's like doing way better than you would think from me not knowing what's going on. It's doing way better, and that's just proof to how lovely those people are that are trying to help me out. So I do go into it and make the live thing or get the link for the live thing. So I do go in. Oh, Teresa's there too. Hey, Teresa.
A lot of good people, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, we got the best audience in the world. That's for sure.
It's a great audience. That's for damn sure. Also my Rumble, we're trying to, I don't know if Terry told me some words and I forgot the order of them, and that something about Rumble and people and users and signups and a program. So please, if you're not on Rumble, sign up and click something and Freedom Uncut something and get Terry happy. That's all I know about that.
I need to get my Rumble going, dog. I got one and it's got people and I never use it. I need to.
The last thing in the world I needed is Terry to have another goal for us, and this is another goal for us. So, like, if we could cross this one off the list and I could go back to underwhelming her and the other goals we have, that would be great. So,
speaking of Creole Queen and Binary B, I need to talk to you guys after the show, please. You got to get a group chat going.
So here's Cash's ex. Jem is back. Jem hasn't been on for, I don't know, a couple months or something. So Jem is back. Jem, longtime friend of ours, and back on Spaces, was always around. And now he's sprung wings and flown off and far exceeded where my stuff is going. So he's doing great. So yeah, that's Casey. Who is this Jem guy? Do I even have Jem's song still on here?
That was a great song.
You music too.
This will make more sense if you ever saw the comic Jem and the Hologram. You got to admit, you've never been on another show where the host music was did that.
And we're the allies.
So yeah, so
good.
there's
I
that.
like it.
Thanks for doing it, Jem.
My pleasure.
And there's Chris. So he's CS Townsend 79, or Townsend with the D. We at least try to have 10 typos per episode, and there's our first one. So, and obviously the lovely Terry Batts, our producer, Batts T76 on X. You can follow her, and she and Jem are both part of the Rhino Removal Project.
Love it.
So you can get links to that directly from their profiles. Obviously, get rid of those rhinos. A great cause, a great project. They've got a lot of really cool people like Jem and Terry involved in it, so I'm sure it'll be great. That is me, and that is the show. That's Mini Free. If you want to follow the tech side of the show, that's him.
Mini Free for US. I'm going to follow.
Oh yeah, Mini Free for US. So it's got his couple cameos on there and stuff. He's got to get his X going a little bit. He's doing all these grades and college stuff and doesn't really have the X thing going. So I'm so disappointed. All right, so here are the rules. So I am the government. I'm not the host. I'm not your buddy Free. I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair.
I don't
Nobody
believe
cares. Just deal with it. You don't believe which part?
I don't believe you're the government.
You'll see in a minute, pal. You'll see in a minute. So the rules are: you can debate another contestant. You can veto another contestant's answer, taking them out of the running for best answer. You can tariff their answer, which means you would get their points. You can ask for a recount of your points, but that won't go well for you. Or you can redistribute an answer in a very democratic socialist way and take their answer from them and take what they deserve and make it your own. So those are your options on the different scoring. And similar to the government, at the end, you'll have to fill out 5 forms to see who won and who owes us money and if anybody's going to go to jail. So those are the rules. And everybody starts off with negative 50 points because I'm the government and I get paid first. If anybody were to win this, eventually they would get the Ron Paul trophy. It's the gold Ron Paul holding a gold Ron Paul trophy. They have the parting prizes of the Ayn Rand Fountainhead teddy bear and Mike Johnson's signature cologne, Swamp Ass. Speaking of rhinos, right, Jim?
Oh, yeah.
And we also have the Killdozer Lego set. So a very libertarian Lego gift. All right, so let's just get into it. So lightning round it is. Let's get going. We deleted the directions again. So that's fun. You have these are basically yes or no questions, but answer in the form of one sentence to give a little depth. And at the end of the round, you will be scoring the other opponents up to 500 points. You can give or take 500 points. Jem will go with the other guys first because they know how the scoring works. So first question is to Cash. Should all government recognition of marriage be abolished?
Yeah. I think that it definitely should. You know why? Because the government shouldn't have no say-so in what it's supposed to be between a man, a woman, and God. It ain't got nothing to do with the government. It's between God. It's an oath you take to God. So why is the government putting their hand, and especially if you got to go through a divorce, God forbid, I know I ain't never going to have to go through it again because I got the right one, right? But God forbid I did, the government's going to tell me I got to give half of my things away. I don't have much. It's not fair.
There you go.
Well said.
All right. Next is to Chris. Should there be no government imposed restrictions on consensual relationships?
Put it back up again.
That's negative 50 points for making me do extra work.
Should there be no government imposed restrictions on consensual relationships? No, keep the government out of it.
Okay. Jem, to you. Should adoption agencies be allowed to choose who they serve based on their beliefs?
No.
So they should be forced to serve who the government tells them to serve?
I think adoption agencies should just work off love.
So that would be they are allowed based on love to serve who they choose to based on their beliefs.
I don't know. That confuses me the way you just said it.
Me too.
Well,
I'm confused.
All right, so let me remove words. Should adoption agencies be allowed to choose who they serve?
No.
Okay.
It's interesting.
You got to give me a sentence. So it's no plus a sentence.
No, I think it should just be based on, the kid and the family loving each other. If they want to get together, let them get together.
So I agree with the answer, but I don't understand the no part. So if they aren't allowed to choose who they serve, then you wouldn't have the ability to connect people that are good matches, kids and families that are good matches.
But you're saying on their beliefs, so it sounds like there's going to be discrimination.
It's like free market. You can choose to only place kids in Christian families. You can choose to only put people together based on demographics. You could choose based on certain economic factors. You could choose based on what's the household like. Do they have other kids? Do they not have kids?
That's a good idea.
So yes, they should be able to choose who they serve.
No, I'm saying they should not. Meaning, if there's somebody who comes in and wants to adopt a kid, that why are they going to discriminate based on the beliefs of the family? I'm not following you, or at least I don't
What if
understand.
they believe in something atrocious towards the kid?
okay, then that's different. But I mean, if they're loving and it's based on like wanting to love a kid, let it happen. Why would anyone
Okay.
want to adopt a kid that didn't love it?
Well, that's the thing is, should they be allowed to choose, or should it just be a numbering system? Somebody comes in number one, they get the next kid. Number two gets the kid after that, or should they be able to choose who they give kids to?
I mean, I thought adoption worked as like a mutual thing. The parents and the kids chose each other.
Well, I mean, if they're babies, the babies can't choose anybody, right?
I mean, yeah, but that's rare. That's more rare.
Okay. I think we got an answer there. Cash, to you. Should states be allowed to fully nullify federal social policies?
What do you mean? Break it down.
So, like, if they pass a welfare bill that is a federal bill, should the states be allowed to say, no, we're not doing welfare?
Yeah. Yeah, they should, because the states have their own, they don't have, if it's not constitutional, if the Constitution don't say that the state has to do it, then they shouldn't have to go by anything else. Just because the government makes up a little bill that says, hey, this is what we want to happen, the state should have the right to say, well, we don't. I'm cool with that, as long as it's not violating anybody's constitutional rights.
We did get a couple comments there on the last one. Cash is libertarian. I think the oil industry should work off of love. Abolish me. Joe Noosh, keep rhinos out of the Florida districts 1 and 6. Free is holding that collective 200 points. Taxation is theft. All right. Plus 100 to Cash for mentioning the Constitution is answer. There's government should work off of love.
Got the love trend going, Jim.
Children cannot consent.
Mm.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, we got a bunch on that one. I knew that was going to be a little controversial, but yeah. All right, to you, Chris. Should the government stop collecting racial and demographic data?
So, like, you mean collecting it how? For what? Like the census?
Altogether, should they have any racial or demographic data?
No, I don't see what difference it makes.
Okay.
It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of difference to the government. If I'm white, Irish, American Indian, what? I mean, it's a moot point.
Love it.
I agree. All right. Jem, to you. Should churches and religious organizations have total freedom from taxation?
Absolutely. We all should have freedom from taxation.
That will be a popular answer in the chat. That is for sure.
Abolish all taxes.
Cash, to you. Should parents have total control over their children's education, including curriculum?
Well, yeah, 100%. And they already do if they choose to homeschool their kids. If you give your kids over to the government, you can't complain about what they learn. So, yeah, they should and they do if they choose to have it.
All right. Chris, to you. Should gambling be fully legalized without restrictions?
Hell yeah, keep the government out of it again. I mean, they gamble with their money all the time, so why shouldn't we?
There's no such thing as their money. They gamble with our money.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Jem, should assisted suicide be legal with no government restrictions?
Yes. I'm not a fan of government restrictions to begin with, so
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Since
Enter
you're on
scores.
YouTube-
So if you're out there in the chat and you haven't given anybody a score, you can score somebody up to 500 points. You can give or take away points. You can make comments and tell them why. And let me see here. I need to add that. But all right. So Cash, you have 500 points. to either give or take away from Jem and Chris. What say you on what you're doing with your points there?
I'm going to give 250 to Jim and 250 to Chris.
Any reason why?
Why not?
That makes for compelling TV. Thanks for that, Cash. So Chris, to you, 500 to give or take away.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same as Cash, 250 each. Some good solid answers. Keep government out of it.
And Jem, you've seen how it works now. You can give or take away. You can split between your two fellow contestants here.
I give all 500 to Cash because he made the ultimate sacrifice as a J6er, and I will just forever be in his debt. So he gets 500 from me.
Appreciate that one, bro.
I think the president should also give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He's a hero.
I'll take it.
All
Make
right.
that a hashtag, everybody. President Trump, give Cash the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That'd be dope.
Did we refresh that? Okay, so those are the scores as we have them so far. We've got Jem and Cash tied in the lead with 550, and Chris with 150. And Mike pulling up fourth place here with negative 20,164. I guess the little bump from Zach did not help a whole lot there. So better luck going forward here, Mike. And all right. So what do you think so far, Jem? You having a good time?
Yeah. Let's roll. Let's heck and go.
Teresa in the comments says, I don't understand the point system. Neither do we.
It's a very
Just like the government doesn't
sophisticated
understand taxes, right? I mean, it's the same thing.
Oh, man.
It's a very sophisticated system here.
Does anybody
Teresa,
here
you just
understand the tax code? Anybody?
Yeah, it's a very, very sophisticated system. If you don't understand it yet, you just hang out a couple more episodes. You'll probably understand about 10% of it by then. So, hey Kim, plus 500 to Cash for being Cash from Rose. 100 to Jem for doubling down and being anti-government. Negative 250 to Cash for being late. Yeah, that's fair. Jennifer says no gambling. Gambling destroys families. B said no, not when they monetize it. Joe says 100 to Chris for getting the government out of it. And 500 to Chris for killing it from Casey. And wow, these are going crazy here.
Yeah, man.
100 to Jem. Just take away points from Cash. That's the goal. Casey's going in and giving you crap with two different accounts. I love it. I love it. We did that one. Too many positive numbers. We need to fix that. Yes. Yeah. They're not doing that great. Come on, people. This is there are no participation trophies. This is not a lefty rally where we tell everybody that they're wonderful and they can call themselves a pterodactyl if they want or whatever, Kay gives 550 to Jem and 500 to Cash. And so that's that. Excellent. Thanks for jumping in the chat, everybody, and giving points. That's how it works. All right. So back to Cash, government power and civil liberties. Should the FBI be abolished, Cash?
Well,
I was hoping you'd get this question.
100% the FBI needs to be abolished, and I want to give a couple reasons why. Number one,
hold on, let me go spotlight on you here.
I'll tell you. Number one, the FBI has been corrupt since they've existed. Number two, the FBI spied on Catholics and put them on terrorist watch lists for no reason other than that they were Catholic. Number three, the FBI was in the crowd at January 6th and probably did some things, which I'm not going to say that they did or didn't do. I'm just going to say it's more likely that they were the ones that agitated in that crowd. And then there was more people that we don't even know about that was working with the FBI that were confidential informants. So should the FBI be abolished? 110%. They should be abolished. They should be arrested. They should be put in Guantanamo Bay. All of the good stuff. That's what should happen to the FBI. And I'm not, let me rephrase. Not all the FBI, but most of the FBI. But all the FBI should lose their jobs and be abolished for the simple fact that they've allowed corruption to happen. in the first place. You stood by. You watched. You let it happen. You gotta lose your job now. That's what I would do if I was President Trump.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see here. Like Zach says 313 to Cash for saying the feds deserve Gitmo. Rose says yes for sure. FBI bye-bye.
That's right, Rose.
Bye-bye. There's some other ones, but the last one. Oh, is Chappie here? Where's Chappie? Must be at the top of the comments in the X only. Oh, here's Chappie. 500 to Cash for getting rid of the FBI. What's up, Chappie?
Right, Chappie.
Happy belated birthday to Chappie too. So
Happy belated
welcome,
birthday, Chappie.
And thanks for pointing that out, Casey. Terry falls asleep sometimes in the back there. So thank you, Creole Queen. 500 to me for being a great host.
Oh, look at that. Creole's giving money to the government.
In her defense, I'm the only host. So I'm the best and the worst host we have. So
Can't believe you,
all right. Next is to Chris. Should executive orders be unconstitutional? Somewhere Casey just flipped his desk.
We got to reel them in for sure. Like Casey was saying back, when was that? January 20th, 19th to 20th. They keep building them up. Each president just keeps adding on to them. And yeah, they should be unconstitutional, I think, because man, they're just getting out of control. And when we have a president sitting there that is just ruling from an executive order, we get into some really imperialistic style of government. And they can just easily be undone by the next guy, by the courts. So they're only as good as the ink they're written on. So yeah.
There's Casey. I knew that would wake him up.
What about executive orders that destroy the federal government and tear it down?
They can be undone. The next guy can or a judge can come in and say, no good. We don't like it. I'm all for tearing the government down, but let's go about it in a way that's going to make it last, make it stick.
It is a conundrum. It's like it could be used for good or it could be used for evil. You know, Biden opened up the borders with the same executive orders. So do you want to prevent them from doing more evil, or do you want to get rid of the good that can be done that Congress, apparently 535 people in Congress can't figure out the good to do, but one person with a pen can do? It's a bizarre situation. What's up, Maria? And then Creole Queen said, Cash, she gave you 500 because she could. There we go. Now I'm getting dissed from both accounts. Excellent. That's the way it should be.
Hell yeah, Casey.
Hit that one. All right. So now to Jem. Should all laws automatically expire after 10 years unless reauthorized?
I don't know. I don't really like the question.
I feel
I mean,
you.
so
I'm
that's
gonna
from an
blank the
actual
question
bill.
because, yeah, I don't understand the logic behind it, and I'm gonna pass.
It's called sunsetting a bill. It's they put it so bills aren't just forever. If you say, you know, that something happens, it's got an actual sunset on it. They can't just be indeterminate lengths of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought it through, so I'm just gonna say I don't like it. So I'll either pass or just say I don't get it because never heard of it.
Right. All right. So, Cash, to you. Should succession be legal for states?
No.
They shouldn't be allowed to secede from the union?
No, not well, some states could. Some states already done signed that contract. And if I can't get out of a contract, the state shouldn't be able to either. They made the contract. Now they got to deal with it. Is that fair?
Well, like Texas has it in their state constitution. Many states had it in their state constitution. Some took it out. Texas still has it in their state.
Yeah, Texas. There's a couple states. There's only a handful of them that still could secede. But No, I would. The reason why I say no is because you have too many. We have too much power in the world right now. We've created a superpower. We've created a nation that is really a bunch of countries that are just formed together that creates one big superpower. So if people secede, I mean, we lose a little bit of our power. We lose a little bit of our territory. Anything can happen. If let's say Texas was to secede, right? Which they never will. But if Texas was to secede, we lose a massive part of our country's finances. We lose a massive part of people, like the how many people live in Texas. We lose a lot. We just lose a lot. No, I think that America should stay America.
To me, without the ability for states to succeed is that, there's no like checks and balances. Like if the country wants to do something totally whack and a state of people says, no, we're not about that. We want to secede. We want to put it up for a vote for our state to secede. I don't see why why you wouldn't allow that.
Because it puts us at odds. It'll put us at odds with our countrymen. If they secede and they're no longer
get arrested on January 6th because our country's at odds.
No, that's different. What I'm saying is you have people. Let's say Texas seceded, and now America's like, okay, we're just gonna invade Texas. Now you putting the military against its own people, because they're still our people. You got people that are in the military that are from Texas. So what do they lose their job inside of the American military?
Oh, we shouldn't invade anybody from seceding from the Union either.
But with a corrupt government,
who are you, Abraham Lincoln?
No, listen. If with a corrupt government, wouldn't you think that would be something that would happen? If a state decides I'm going to secede, it means because the government is failing. So if the government sees them as losing and they're going to lose some power, they're going to lose some people, they're going to lose some money, what do you think the government's going to do? You think
basically,
it's all right, Texas, go ahead, secede.
Basically, you're saying it's going to be a repeat of the Civil War.
Yes. So we can't have that. And I would never want that to happen anyway, because like I say, America's strong, man. I love being able to just freely move through America when I could call my probation officer and get permission.
So negative 250 to Cash for saying we don't have a king and queen regime. Joe wants to sunset state secession. Instead of secession, just call it declaring their independence. Any state should be able to leave the union whenever they want. Secession would have been nice during the Biden administration. Yeah, I talked about it the whole Biden administration. Flex it, baby. Flex it. Adhere to the 10th Amendment. Good call, Joe. Cash, you are not giving the power to the states in that situation. J6 was a setup.
Facts.
Every state should be able to decide if they want to leave the union. Every state should be able to secede. So,
well, then you don't have a country anymore.
You can tell these are Cash's people. Not a single point taken for that shit take on secession.
Listen,
I'm surprised you didn't get 500 points. 500
that's what
points
makes
to Cash
America
for being
America.
Totally wrong, but dreamy. Happy Valentine's Day, Cash.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. We ain't losing America. If this is my rebuttal to that, right? How about instead of a state seceding, all its people come together and do what the Constitution says when there's a tyrannical government? Instead of seceding, let's keep our nation
everything
great.
The government's done in the last 20 years has been tyrannical. Like literally every single thing since 9/11 has been tyrannical. Like
I'm not willing to lose any state in America because that would separate us. We're all together.
I would trade states to Canada for like hockey players. We would
want to secede to join us.
Huh?
Canadian provinces want to secede to join us.
Well, yeah, because they're a more commie country. I mean, like that's like getting out one abusive relationship into another abusive relationship. Like that.
Oh, I love my.
I wouldn't necessarily brag about throwing what's his name to the curb for us. He's the worst. Trudeau. Thank you. Cash is more idealistic than I am. All right, so Rose gave you the 500 points.
You pointed it out.
Joe gave him points. Oh my God, he got points off of this. How do you get points off of this? That was the worst take.
See, you guys are just look. This is the worst
take on the history of the show.
No, that's for you as a libertarian. That's the worst take. But for me as a red-blooded American.
and they should like it.
Yeah.
They should all stay. If
Yes.
we make Pelosi the queen, they should all stay.
No, we remove Pelosi as queen. What do you mean? What do
There
you
we go.
mean? The people
Thank you,
come
Casey.
together.
Thank you, Casey. We
'cause
came
Casey got a
close
crush
to losing
on you.
America. What would we have done if Kamala actually got in? I mean, there are several on my side that say that Trump just prolonged this all from happening. So we'll see. I mean, if he cuts
Trump is
95% of the
emboldening.
government, makes it so they can't put it back, that's different than just cutting some of the government. So
Trump is emboldening Americans. We are getting more and more closer to a lot of Americans saying, okay, we see January 6th was messed up. We see how the government is. People took a stand, went to prison, but we had a hero come in. We had a champion come in and pardoned everybody. So more people are getting emboldened to say, you know what, it's looking more and more like sometimes we all need to come together as Americans to deal with the situation. And I'm just going to leave that there because I'm still on probation.
Yeah, they're family show. Yeah, I think that, you know, he's gotten lucky so far with the executive orders. We'll see how far it goes, but let me just jump back into it. So this is to Chris. Should all federal laws be voted on directly by citizens instead of Congress?
Oof, that's a tough one. All federal laws? Man, I don't know how to answer that exactly.
Kind of the opposite of the bureaucratic state where like 10,000% of the laws are written by unelected bureaucrats.
Right. Well, we elect them to do what we want, but they haven't done that in so damn long. Yeah.
Let me
vote
say
on
it a
that.
different way. Would you prefer that to what we have currently?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, Jem, to you.
I disagree with that answer.
Should there be no federal government at all, Jem?
No, I like
nice
having
to-
the federal government for the primary functions that the Constitution wants us to have it for, which is to defend us, to negotiate trade with foreign countries, and to regulate disputes and trade between the states. If it just did that, I'd be very happy. But we do need it for some of those basic functions.
All right. Enter scores. So if you're in the chat, please enter your scores. You can give or take up to 500 points. Please give us a reason if you have one other than Cash is dreamy and he can say whatever he wants about secession. So, and
Hater.
and,
Hater.
I am drinking tea.
Y'all see how he be hating on me, right?
Wow, you got-
Chris, Jim, y'all see how he be hating on me? You see how he does me?
He's
You
jealous.
just
of you.
basically created a police state that I can't leave, Cash, which is,
Tell
I
me.
think, kind of weird from a J6er.
It's
wanna-
not a police state. It's a
You want
a
to put a gun to me to
J6er.
keep
This-
me in the union?
Listen, nah. We want. How about we just make America great and get rid of the problems together as Americans?
I should be able to opt out of any form of control at all, whether it be government or whatever. Like, no one should be allowed to control me. God created me, not the government.
Well, then go live in a third world country in Africa and where there's
Epstein
lawlessness.
Island is available free.
Yeah, go to the place
not
where there's
bad.
lawlessness. Get out of here.
Shit's
Go.
out there for a long time.
Some laws have helped make our country great and greater. You know, it's just it is what it is. I'm saying the
This
government.
is mind blowing. 3 weeks into Trump, you guys are like, speaking of Epstein's Island, you guys are like 3 weeks into Trump, you're like pretending nothing happened the last 20 years. You're like,
No,
that
I'm not
all went
saying
pretty
that.
good.
No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we're on
9/11 wasn't an
track.
inside job. That was a remodel.
We're
That
on
was,
track to getting better, bro. That's what I'm
they don't
saying.
insider trade. They just give money to the poor. Like you guys have revisionist history all of a sudden.
No, if we got rid of all federal laws, like the whole secession, or not secession, the sunset bills, right? The whole thing on sunset bills of revising a bill every 10 years. I mean, you got to remember some of those bills ended some really bad times in America. What if everybody's like, you know what? crime rate's up, 50% of black people committing crimes in this country. How about we just do away with that whole they're citizens thing? No, we can't do that. We got some laws that have made this country great. We got to keep them in place, man, and get rid of the bad ones. That's all.
The guy that was in jail is now pimping for the government. What in the world is going on?
Never.
What in the world is going on?
Trying to keep our nation great. That's all.
Negative 500 to everyone because they didn't tag you and it began. We tried to wake you up, but like we thought you were dead. You were in the gutter. Not a whole lot we could do there. 100. It's Gem, GEM, but 100 to Gem. Thanks, Teresa. And see. No, we already did that one. All right.
Hey,
Cash points to what?
Hey, my ninth grade teacher, Mr. English, used to say this all the time because we'd be upset about the rules in his classroom. He would say, well,
Cash,
without laws, there would be anarchy and chaos. And that's what stuck with me. It's like without rules, without laws, there would be anarchy and chaos. He used to say that every single day.
It's not anarchy and chaos aren't the same thing.
They can be.
They're diametric opposites.
Yeah, I mean, anarchy is closer to peace than it is to chaos. Like,
well, he said
the majority of the problems we have in this country are forcing people to do stuff that we shouldn't force them to do. So,
well, get on with your next question, sir.
Well, you have to give 500 to give or take away 500 from your other fellow contestants here.
I'm going to give them both $250 because they're both amazing patriots.
These aren't dollars. These are fiat points that are not redeemable anywhere except for in government stores.
I'm calling it money. They give them $250. They're good people.
Okay. Chris, to you.
Cash is so nice. I hate to take his points, but I got to take all 500 from Cash for that secession answer, man. That's it's terrible.
That was brutal. It's too bad that he's only got 500 points to give because he deserves to lose more than that for the secession thing. All right, Jem, to you. Give or take 500 from your fellow contestant.
So I'm going to give Cash 499 because I think I'm a big fan of Cash Patel and I like his first name. And I thought he gave a great answer on the FBI. And I'm going to give 1 point to Chris just because I don't want him to feel bad that I've been giving all the points to Cash.
Let's see if that had any effect here. Jem has got 1,600 points and is in the lead. Cash has got 750, and Chris is only negative 100. Which, Chris, let's be honest, that's pretty good for an ANCAP. So
yeah,
this government's rigged. This counting system is rigged. I got all them points in the chat. Ain't no way. It's all right.
That's because Casey's not here to.
It's government math, Cash. It's government math.
There it is.
I don't know why. Terry keeps scoring. She's a big Cash fan, so I don't know.
I love Terry.
Yeah, there's not. I would say if it was me, I would say it was rigged and Terry was giving me shit, but not for you. Just take points away from Cash. That's the goal. I'm down with that after the secession answer. I'm not on Team Cash tonight. 500 Cash for share the love. 500 to Gem. Federal government is needed for the military. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have all those great DEI programs and, all these wonderful things going on. Over half of the government, or over half of the military is already privatized. The parts that aren't privatized are stupid and a huge waste of money. I just say privatize the whole thing and make it accountable like all the other private services. Let's see. All right, I think we're good there. So
thank you, Annie.
All right. Blank the government. I dusted this one off. We haven't done this one in a while. This is just a fill in the blank. So I'm going to give you a statement. The end of it is blank, and you just go ahead and fill in the blank. So Cash, to you. Taxes and government spending is the category. The federal income tax should be reduced because blank.
Taxation is theft.
There you go. Chris, to you. The government spends too much money on what?
Everything.
That's actually a decent answer.
That's a great
go ahead with that. Jem, to you. Instead of increasing taxes, the government should cut spending on what?
Everything. I'll go with Chris.
Everything, including military?
Yeah, they should cut that too. We don't need as much military.
All right. Cash, to you, a better tax system would be based on what?
No taxes.
All right, fair. Chris, to you, the best way to reduce the national debt is to what?
In the Fed.
Jem, the government should not be involved in funding what?
Pretty much everything except what the Constitution allows it to, which is what I just defined in the prior answer, which is just defense and regulating trade and disputes between states and trade between states. Everything else, get the hell out.
Okay. Cash, taxpayers should not be forced to pay for what?
Anything.
So I can opt out? Can I opt out of government altogether, Cash?
No,
Save
no. Let me
and
rephrase. Taxpayers
3
should not
million
be
of my
forced.
closest Floridian friends.
Taxpayers should not be forced to pay for anything that they don't believe in. That's a better answer, because some people don't believe in gender studies for Pakistanis, you know, and I feel that.
Say you don't believe in government or anything people in Washington D.C. say. What have you then? And
then,
think you should get a refund for all of the money they've wasted in your entire lifetime, including
no.
USAID.
If you don't believe, no. Well, here's the thing: if you don't believe in government, well, then you don't believe in the Constitution. So that means you should probably be in another country.
We'll just replace taxes with tariffs, Cash. If there's no taxes, then you don't have to pay for anything because you're not paying taxes.
I think that people should have to pay whatever the state asks them to make their state great. You know, like we pay for our roads. I feel like that's a good thing to put money towards. People drive, you know, if you're a driver, you should help pay for the road. If that's your state is, you know, they do what they do.
They do a good job on the roads up there.
Oh yeah. Right now. Well, where I live. Yeah. Where I live, we got good roads. See, you talking about going through the slums over in Chicago or on Dan Ryan or something. And then it gets dicey. You know?
Okay.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was to Jem, right? So we're back to Cash. The best way to simplify the tax code is to what?
Just me?
I
Yeah,
think
Cash.
wasn't it just Cash?
I just
It
went.
was just cash.
It's
Did
Chris'
you
turn.
just go?
Yeah.
Chris's turn.
All right, Chris, sorry. Best way to simplify the tax code is to what?
Abolish the IRS.
Yep.
That's real right there. I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
Jem, government subsidies should only be given to what?
Nothing.
No government subsidies at all? Okay. We'll just skip the scoring thing to get this moving a little bit faster. Cash, to you, crime and law enforcement. The biggest problem with the justice system is what?
Corruption.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, you have judges that have stakes in the prisons that they're sending people to. So they're incentivized to make sure that they fill those prisons up. You have attorneys, or I'm sorry, you have prosecutors that, you know, some of them are racist. Some of them are also have stakes inside of the prisons, or their family does, or they're related to the judge, or they're related. It's too much corruption. They're incentivizing locking people up instead of administering justice.
Fair. Chris, to you, police should focus more on what?
Enforcing the laws that are on the books. Not profiling.
Okay. Jem, to you, prisons should be reformed by what?
Putting rhinos in them.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Politicians only for prisons.
There, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Cash to you. The war on drugs has led to what?
Mass incarceration of minorities.
True story. Chris, the best way to reduce crime is to what?
Man, why do you got to give me these?
You look like you're reaching down and trying to pull the answer out of your sock or something. Like you kind of go to a tilt. You're like, if I just could get inside this sock, I have the answer down here.
Man, I don't know. I don't know the best way to reduce crime. Get the government out of it.
Politicians.
Yeah, lock up all the politics. That sounds good, Jim.
Nice. All right, Jem, to you. Law enforcement agencies should not be involved in what?
Raiding Mar-a-Lago. They shouldn't do that.
All right.
They
Cash
should,
to you.
they should just stick to Congress.
I'm down with that. Cash to you. Private security should be used for what?
Anyone who can afford it.
All right. Chris, to you. The government should stop criminalizing what?
Freedom of choice. Nonviolent crimes. We should stop criminalizing nonviolent crimes. If there's not a victim, it's not a crime.
There you go. Jem, the most unconstitutional law currently enforced is what?
Ooh, that's a tough one. The most unconstitutional law currently enforced. I'm going to go with shall not be infringed. Any law that prevents any person from owning any kind of firearm whatsoever is totally unconstitutional. We should be allowed to own whatever we want. Grenades, bombs, anything.
That's a better answer than mine. I was going to go 16th Amendment, but I think yours is a better answer. I like that.
Arm the citizenry with anything that they want.
All right, so let's do the scores here. Cash, you can give or take away up to 500 points.
I'm gonna take away 500 points. Wait, I could take away 500 points and give 500 points, or just
No, once you take, you're done. It's 500 total. So you
Okay,
can give 250 and take 250, but
I want to give 250 to Jim, and I want to take 250 from Chris for taking points from me. I'm petty.
and that's how government works, kids. Eye for an eye. Chris, to you.
I'm going to give them both 250 because this round they had a bunch of good answers. So,
Okay. Jem, to you.
I think I'm going to go with 425 to Cash, just because I'm
Carries.
I'm a big fan of cash in general. I like cash. I like to carry around cash.
My man.
It's just a great word, I can't wait for Kash Patel to be, nominated to, and approved and appointed to the FBI. And so I'm going with 425 or 420. Let's make it 420 because I think Cash occasionally likes to smoke. I think.
I used
Not
to.
sure.
I used to.
Well,
Now
so
I don't
I'm
like
gonna
to do
go
anything
420,
government.
and then I'm going to go with 80 to Chris, just because I don't know. Chris is here.
All right. So let me refresh the scoreboard here and see what we got. And we've got Jem wildly in the lead here with 4,100. Cash
Wait, how
right
is that
behind.
possible? We didn't even have that many points.
It's the
Right.
government. It's the government, bro.
You can ask for a
Inflation.
recount. You
Is
can
this
ask for a
inflation or
recount.
what?
You got a lot of points in the chat here. 100 to Jem for doubling down on anti-government. 500 to Cash. Negative 250 to Cash. Negative 100 to or plus 100 to Chris for not being negative. Plus 100 to Cash. Taxation is theft. Plus 100 to Chris for saying government is overspending on everything. 500 to Chris and Jem for everything. 200 to Jem for ending the Fed. 100 to Jem for wanting to cut government spending everywhere. Correction, that was Chris. 100 to Jem for mentioning the Constitution. 100 to Cash for voluntary funding. 100 to Chris for abolishing the IRS. Negative 10,000 from Free for forgetting the order. That's all right. Negative 100 from Cash for wanting the government to fund the roads. 100 to Jem for getting rid of government subsidies. 100 to Cash for calling out corruption in the government. 500 to Cash. 100 to Chris for struggling to answer what police should focus on doing. That was a positive for a negative. Joey, how you're not in the state house blows my mind. Best way to reduce crime is by repealing unjust laws. Good answer. 500 to Jem. 200 to Chris. No victim, no crime. 500 to Jem. See, Jem, so you got a lot of points in
You
here.
did. You was
100
racking
to
up.
Jem. 250
Okay.
to Chris. Negative 450 to Jem for stocking Cash. And 200 to Chris to round up to 100 points.
Plus, Casey keeps doing me dirty in the comments, y'all. So, shame on Casey.
Yeah.
He's just a hater and a racist. So.
I think we got to take 20,000 away from Casey for just being like wildly unfair to Cash.
Now, I didn't know how racist he was until I met him. He was just calling everybody the N-word everywhere we went. And I'm like, yo, you can't say that. He was like, it's all right. I got a black friend. I'm like, yeah, but you keep saying that we're not going to be friends. That we're always going to be friends. You're my... And he said it. And I'm like, oh.
You're thinking of the M word. You're thinking of Mormon. You're not thinking of the N word.
Yeah, I think Casey's just sore because we haven't discussed any of the criminality in Utah.
All right. So here we go. Next up, miscellaneous is the category. Cash to you. The government, the most corrupt parts of government is. I tried to change it into the M word, Casey. So you can't blame me.
The most corrupt part of government is Congress. Judges. This? Most of it. Almost all of it. Or all of it. All of it's corrupt. All right. It's all corrupt. It needs to be cleaned up. It's bad.
You sound like you're having a nightmare. Are you okay?
Yeah, I had to think about it. I started thinking, well, what's the most corrupt? And it's like, oh, there's corruption there too. Oh, there's corruption there too. Oh, you know what? All of it's corrupt. It's all corrupt. It's all corrupt. Yep.
See, Casey helps you out. You called him a racist, and he's still continuing to help you.
He's only doing that because of his white guilt. He's only doing that because of white guilt, everyone. That's the only reason.
Minus 300 for everyone not mentioning corrupt judges. Well, it's just Cash that's mentioning either everything or nothing. We haven't really decided what Cash was trying to say there. Cash said either everything's corrupt or nothing's corrupt or it's Congress or I lost track, to be honest with you. All right. Chris, to you, the biggest lie politicians tell is what?
I'm doing it for the children.
You sure you're not thinking of Wu-Tang Clan?
No, they're always giving you some bullshit line. Oh, we're doing this for the kids. We're doing this for the collective good.
Yeah, the Children Protection Act, which actually hurt kids. Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
The rest of this show.
What was that, Cash?
I'm gonna be a Democrat for the rest of the show. I'm gonna switch it up.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Jem, the media should be more accountable for what?
Lies and gaslighting, basically. I mean, that's what they've been doing. Or, lying.
Okay. Cash, to you, the best way to hold politicians accountable is what?
Well, first
you're a
thing we got to
Democrat, are you
do.
going to say by giving them a lot more money?
The first thing we have to do is get Trump and Elon Musk, who is not an elected official, out of the Treasury. They need to stop what they're doing, spying on all the Democrats, trying to find out what we did wrong. This needs to stop. That's what needs to happen.
Minus 100 to Cash for identifying as a Democrat. Didn't work, Cash. All right. Chris, to you, a politician should be removed from office if they what?
Violate their oath.
Okay. Jem, to you, government overreach is most evident in what?
Everywhere. I mean, it's literally everywhere, right? I mean, it ties back to the past question you just asked me. We just found out that the government was basically funding media propaganda. So, I mean, what isn't government overreach? I mean, pretty much everything.
All right. The most dangerous ideology in politics is what?
The most dangerous ideology in politics is that DEI should go away. DEI protects black people and black women from the likes of the racist people in the country that try to take advantage
you can't
of
do
us.
this. I feel like I'm watching The View. Like this is
That's
way
what
too
I'm.
late. This is
You
way
a
too
woke
late for you
Democrat,
to
Cash. I'm a
turn into
Democrat now.
Whoopi
Deal with it.
Goldberg.
The government does not get to tell me. It's that this is my body and it's my choice. If I want to be a black
Oh my
liberal woman, I get to be a black liberal woman.
Cash is going into timeout. That I can't handle that. That's like having like The View and my ex-wife all in my earbuds at the same time. Like I cannot handle that. You need to think about what you've done wrong there, Cash, and you need to walk it off, or I don't know, do something. All right, Chris, to you, Congress should be required to what? Chris, you there?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm thinking.
It's a show. People are watching.
Yeah, sorry. Congress should be required to. Shit, man, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one.
Follow the Constitution.
Yeah, there you go. Follow the Constitution.
All
Go
right.
to the
Jump
front
to you.
lines. Go to the front lines of every war that they start and fight.
Ooh, even better. Even better. If you vote for a war, you got to be on the front line. All right, jump to you. The biggest threat to individual liberty is what?
The government. That's an easy one.
Yeah. All right. Let me go here and. All right, we are out of here. All right, Cash, can you behave yourself?
Yeah.
Cash, can you
Hold on one
can you
second.
be-
Nancy Pelosi, they just kicked a black woman off the show.
Oh my God. Oh. You're gonna miss the memes if you can't behave. You're gonna miss the memes if you can't behave. If you come back and you play nice, you can do the memes. If you can't,
Come on, let's do it.
All right.
He's allowed to call her because she's the one that wouldn't call in the National Guard when she was supposed to.
There he goes. Oh, we're here to help. That would have been a good answer too. Annie says this game makes you think about stuff you haven't thought about. That's good.
That's kind of the point.
Mm-hmm.
Negative 100 from Cash for being racist.
Ha! Black people can't be racist. Ask the Democrats.
Yes, 250 to Gem, 100 to Free for mentioning the Constitution. Cash doesn't know how to meme. Cash is rewarded negative 1,000 for saying he was a liberal woman. Gem and Chris get 500 each for having to deal with that shit.
This is great. I love this show, bro.
All right, so Gem, you haven't played this one before. I'm going to drag the order back. I'll put you back at the top here. Cash, if you promise to behave. But this is fill in the meme. So it's similar to fill in the blank, except it's on a meme. So, Cash, to you, happy Valentine's Day from who?
The government.
The government. Remember how you said that the streets are so nice? So this is the Valentine for you, Cash.
Hey, Casey, who doesn't know how to meme now?
All right, Chris, roses are red, violets are blue, blank, and blank is 2. Roses are red, violets are blue, blank,
text.
and blank is 2.
Taxation is theft, and government is too.
All right, Gem, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue, blank, and blank is 2.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Rhinos are criminals, and Mitch McConnell is a turtle.
That's good. Cash, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue, blank, and blank is 2.
Government's bad and taxation is too.
Very close. Chris was the closest, so I'm going to give him the 100. Roses are red, violets are blue. Taxation is theft, and inflation is 2. Inflation is 2. I would have accepted, and tariffs are 2. I would have also accepted tariffs. All right. Chris went first on that one. So, Jem, to you, there is no blank for my love. This is RFK. There is no blank for my love.
There's no vaccines for my love.
I'm going to give it to you. There is no safe, effective vaccine for my love. Yep. So 100 to Jem for that. Cash to you. Are you blank because I want to take you out? Are you blank because I want to take you out?
Are you vaxxed?
Because I want, I don't think you're following the news if you think it's vaxxed. Chris, to
I
you.
haven't been.
Are you blank because I want to take you out?
Red dye number 4.
Are you red dye 40 because I want to take you out? Yes.
Nice.
100 to Chris. Well done. And Jem, to you. Girl, I want to get in them blank. Girl, I want to get in them blank.
I think I saw this. Isn't it like cupboards?
Cash to you. Girl, I want to get in them blank.
Medicine
Pantries.
cabinets?
I want to get in
Pantries or
them
cupboards?
blank.
Medicine
Pantries.
cabinets. Pantries.
Jem, you
yeah.
already gave the wrong answer, so you got to let somebody else give the right answer.
Pantries. That's my answer.
All right. 100 to Cash. Girl, I want to get in them pantries. There you go. Chris, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue, blank, and wheel blank. Roses are red, violets are blue, blank, and will blank.
We'll come find you and we'll deport you.
What was the first part?
Come find you and we'll deport you.
Cross illegally and we'll deport
Yeah, I'm
you.
giving it to you. Come here illegally and we'll deport you. Yep. All right. Jem, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue. That's a beautiful accent.
That's a beautiful accent.
Roses are red, violets are blue. That's a beautiful accent.
I haven't seen that one. I'm not sure. I'll pass to Cash.
Cash to you.
Roses are red, violets are blue. That's a beautiful accent. I'll deport you.
Chris, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue. That's a beautiful accent. What?
Are you a Russian asset too?
Ooh. Roses are red, violets are blue. That's a beautiful accent, but I can't understand you. I believe that's an actual quote. I think that's an actual quote. That's a beautiful accent, but I can't understand you. Pretty sure he said that. Blank for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Blank for you. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Jem, I believe.
Blank for you or blank for you. I'll tax you for you. I don't know.
Okay. Cash to you. Blank for you.
It's just
It
one
could
word?
be one word, probably not because it's 2 boxes. It could be 2 words. It could be 3 words. It could be 4 words. Blank
Ukraine
for you.
Ukraine money.
I don't know. I don't know this one. I can't even think of nothing.
All right, Chris, to you.
I have fallen for you.
I've fallen for you. Yes, the
Yeah.
McConnell fall.
If that would have
100
been Joe
points.
Biden, that would have been easy.
100 points for Chris on that. Jem, to you. You draw me blank from Cocaine Mitch. You draw me blank from Cocaine Mitch.
It was my turn.
Is it Cash's? It's Cash's turn, isn't it?
No, Chris just went, right?
Oh, see,
Oh.
the government's being racist.
Chris was
You draw-
right, so it goes to Jem next.
You draw me Hunter's laptop.
Okay. Cash to you. You draw me blank.
You draw me. Man, I don't know.
Chris, to you. You draw me blank.
This is
I'm
good.
drawing a blank. You draw me on all fours, baby.
There's a picture, guys. You draw me out of my shell. The turtle. Mitch the turtle,
Why
right?
was I thinking Dan Crenshaw?
All right, to Jem again. I love you blank. Happy Valentine's Day.
I
I
know this
love
one.
you blank. Happy Valentine's Day.
I love you, my brother.
I love you like a brother. Happy Valentine's
I
Day.
knew
Yep,
it.
100 points to Jem. Cash to you. If blank doesn't take you out, can I? Cash, if blank doesn't take you out, can I?
If blank doesn't take you out, can I? If the government doesn't take you out,
That's a
Doge?
good guess. Chris,
Yeah.
to you. If blank doesn't take you out, can I?
RFK.
Jem, to you. If blank doesn't take you out, can I?
The FBI?
You guys are all on the right track there. If Hillary Clinton doesn't take you out, can I?
Close
you shoulda
enough.
gave
She
me
is
that
the
one.
FBI, right?
Yeah, you forgot the notorious one. So this is to Cash. Next one is I asked Hillary to be my Valentine.
She
blank.
left me hanging.
She left me hanging. I asked Hillary to be my Valentine. She left me hanging.
And I never seen that meme. I just, connected the dots.
Well done. Well done. 100 points to Cash for that. Chris, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue. You must what? You must what? I should probably should have given you a little bit more.
Yeah,
here,
that's hard.
You must do what I say, or I'll tax you. I don't know.
That's pretty good. You're along the right lines there. Jem, to you. Roses are red, violets are blue. You must what?
Bring me ice cream or I'll sick Hunter on you.
Not bad. Go for me or you aren't black is Casey's answer.
That's what I was
Cash
going to
to you.
say. Roses are red, violets are blue. You must.
Is that real?
You must.
Joe?
You must vote for me you must vote for me or you aren't black too.
So you took Casey's answer and added the word "to" at the end.
Yeah, because it's got a rhyme.
After 45 minutes, that's your
Well,
answer.
that's what I was gonna say.
We're
Is you
locked
ain't
in on
black,
that.
but it didn't rhyme.
All right. Roses are red, violets are blue. You must be my daughter because I want to shower with you.
Oh man. Oh man.
That's not a good Valentine?
Oh,
I sent that out
man.
to a lot of people. Is that bad? All right. Chris, to you. Valentine blank open for you. Valentine blank open for you.
I don't know. I want to sniff you. Open for that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. Pass.
Leaving the sniffer open for you. Jem, to you. Valentine blank open for you.
The border?
I'm looking for something a little bit more specific to you, Cash. Valentine blank open for you.
Valentine. The country is open for you.
Jem was very close, but it's a little bit more than that. Valentine, my southern border is wide open for you. There you go. All All right, sorry, Jem, to you. Or no, Chris. Sorry, Chris, to you. Jet fuel blank, but you are. Jet fuel blank, but you are.
Man. Jet fuel doesn't melt my heart. I don't know.
You're close. Jem, to you.
Jet fuel. I'm thinking burns steel. But you don't steal my heart or something.
You guys are both in the vicinity. Cash to you. Jet fuel blank, but you are.
Jet fuel.
You lost 500 for stealing.
Yes.
Casey, I want to go a step further. Minus 500 to Cash for poorly stealing his guess. Poorly stealing.
Jet fuel. Jet fuel isn't. Jet fuel isn't hot, but you are.
Close. Jet fuel isn't hot enough to melt steel beams, but you are.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys were close. You guys were close. Chris, to you. Blank, because I'd love to get lost with you. Blank, because I'd love to get lost with you. And the insignia is the Pentagon. Blank, because I'd love to get lost with you.
Let's go on a boat ride because I'd love to get lost with you.
Jem, to you. Blank, because I'd love to get lost with you.
Come audit my books.
On the right path. Cash to you. Blank, because I'd love to get lost with you. Blank, because I'd love to get lost with you.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go with that.
Casey
Are you a
wants
map?
us to
Are you
escalate
a
little
map?
bit. Are you a map? The correct answer is, are you $2.3 trillion? Because I'd love to get lost with you. So audit was on the right track there. Chris, to you. You make my what? You make my what? From the only guy I know that's got more kids than Cash, you make my what?
You make my dough stand up. I don't know.
Not bad. Jem, to you. You make my what?
You make my doge come true.
Cash, to you. You make my what?
You make my. You make my. Make my doge hard.
You make my rockets fly and land.
Oh
So
my
you
god!
make my rockets fly and land.
That's
All right, Chris, to you. Blank was right about everything. Blank was right about everything.
Conspiracy theorists.
Oh, I know this one. I think I know this one.
Jem, to you. Blank was right about everything.
Beavis and Butthead.
Cash, to you.
I'm gonna say Flynn.
Come on, you guys got to realize what show you're on. Ron Paul was right about everything. All right,
was
Chris,
close.
to you. U.S. aid is corrupt. The IRS too. I just want to watch federal employees get fired. And what? U.S. aid is corrupt. The IRS too. I just want to watch federal employees get fired. What?
Let's start with you.
Jem.
With you.
You just took off some of the words I said.
Yeah.
I know,
Cash,
it was
to
good
you.
enough.
And hung.
And hung.
Yeah. Like
Violation of terms of service.
U.S. aid is corrupt. The IRS too. I just want to watch federal employees get fired and troll communists with you. Troll commies.
I was thinking way too dark there.
Chris, to you, girl, are you a series of hastily developed experimental mRNA shots? What? Girl, are you a series of hastily developed experimental mRNA shots? What?
Because I want to inject you.
Gem, to you.
That was good. That was a good answer.
That is good.
Hey, I'll say Chris got it. I don't know.
Cash, to you.
Because I want it.
Girl, are you a series of hastily developed experimental mRNA shots? Because you just stopped my heart.
That was close.
Chris, to you. My love for you is no secret. Blank. My love for you is no secret. Blank. I lost 100 points for using government force on a minority woman.
My love for you is no secret. No idea.
Creole Queen says 500 to Gem for making them go to the front line as someone who bravely served in Iraq. Thank you, Creole Queen.
I don't know. I'm going to pass to Jim.
I already did that one, I think. All right, Gem, to you. My love for you is no secret.
Mitch McConnell loves Lindsey Graham.
Cash, to you. My love for you is no secret.
And neither is government spending thanks to Doge.
What's up, Trevor? My love for you is no secret. The NSA already knows. All right. Chris, to you. Find someone who what? Plus 100 to Chris for being quick on that pickup line.
Hate you like Karl Marx does.
What? Sorry, something Karl Marx? What?
Loves you like Karl Marx does.
Okay. Gem, to you.
What is this again?
Find someone who what?
Loves the state like Karl Marx does. I don't know.
Cash, to you.
Find someone who
God, I hope somebody's
loves
texting
you.
you the
Find
answer.
someone who loves you like Democrats love Karl Marx.
Find someone who seizes you the way that Karl Marx seizes the means of production. Come on, these are you gotta go a little nerdier on these. Chris, to you. If you can't blank what? If you can't blank what? Zach says minus 100 to the government and redistributed to Mike because he is Russia. All right. I'll allow that one. 100 to Mike. Chris, to you, if you can't blank, then what?
Man, this is harder on the show than it is in the comments.
Staying on the Valentine's Day theme here. If you can't blank, what?
I don't know.
Gem, to you. If you can't blank, what?
If you can't screw him, shoot him.
That's pretty good.
That's actually really good.
Cash, to you. If you can't blank, what?
I have no idea, bro. I don't know this and that. I don't know.
If
She
you
looks
can't,
like she's after O.J.
if
Simpson.
you can't picture her like this, she's not the one.
I know a couple of them like that, and they're not the one.
All right, Chris. This is my personal Tinder. I'm sharing it with just, you and 507 of my closest friends. So me, and then what was my match here, Chris?
In the Fed.
Gem, to you. It's a match, me, and what's my match?
Gotta be Roseanne Barr.
Is it a person?
That would really be the only logical outcome for my love life. But,
Gotta be Roseanne
Cash,
Barr.
Cash to you. It's a match. Me and what's my match here?
Wait. Is it got to be a person or is it a phrase or what? A match for you would be no government.
All right. So it's Tinder. It's a match. It's me and the Killdozer.
The answer's on your shirt. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, Chris, back to you. Staying with the Killdozer theme. Blank, yes or no? Blank, yes or no?
Does the Second Amendment give you the right to a killdozer?
Jem, to you.
Congress.
Cash, to you.
Will you kill with me?
So at least you were like kind of on the Valentine's Day theme there. The yes or no is want to smash.
But that doesn't smash. It doesn't. Okay, I got you.
All right, Chris, to you. I don't want flowers. I said what? And she's hitting him with the roses.
I'm going to go with the same answer I did before. In the Fed.
I said end the Fed. Correct. 100 to Chris for that. You ended a dry spell there. I'm giving you an extra 100 because you ended a dry spell there. So 200 to Chris. Jem, to you. Oh, so all right, I got to explain this one. So this is the last one. Actually, I think there's one after this. So there are 8 answers here. I've revealed 3. You each get 1 guess, and you get 100 points if you get any of the 5 that aren't on here. Keep in mind who you're talking to and what show you're on. So dates that don't have to cost money. Here's 8 free date ideas. Walk in the park, dinner at home, watch the sunset, or give me one of those 5.
Cash.
It's on me.
I think it's Jem.
Oh.
It's me. I'll say rhino hunting.
Okay. Cash to you.
Give me some sloppy top.
Sloppy top.
Give me,
What is that?
I don't want it.
You said remember who I'm talking to. You from Chicago. You know what sloppy top is.
Oh, man. All right. Chris, to you.
This one works every time. In the Fed.
All right. So the other 5 options are make memes, debate economics, protest your taxes, start a militia, or overthrow the government.
Oh my
I will
God.
give you 100 points for end the Fed.
What? I was going along the line of date idea.
It's a government
That was hard.
show. The whole
I didn't know.
thing
I was
is
just thinking about it. I'm like, you don't got a
taxation
date.
stuff. This is why you have 10 kids and we still have a government and you won't let me succeed. Secede.
Secede.
So, all right. Jem, to you, roses are red, violets are blue. This is my message to the audience. Roses are red, violets are blue. I really love what with all of you. This is my Valentine to the audience.
Hunting rhinos with all of you.
Oh, that's a good answer. Cash to you, roses are red, violets are blue. I really love what with all of you.
Doing
And I'm not
these
sloppy
shows.
topping the whole audience, but
Roses are red, violence are blue. I really love doing all these shows with all
no,
of you.
that's nice. Chris, to you, roses are red, violets are blue. I really love what with all of you.
Bashing the government.
Yeah, I'll give that to you, Chris. Roses are red, violets are blue. I really love being on a government watch list with all of you. So yeah, right idea. Got a couple comments here. 250 for Chris for getting that meme. Everyone gets 500 for trying, but then negative 500 redistributed to Mike. Okay. And sometimes I wish I could deport with all of you. There you go. All right. Excellent. All right. So now we're down to the end here. And so we have to update the score. So let me hit refresh here. Let me hit it twice because, I mean, who trusts the refresh button the first time? Nobody does, right? It's a fool's errand. All right. So we have Jem in the lead with 5,700. Only been penalized 1,000 points overall. Chris sneaks into second place here, 2831 for Chris. And then Cash, 1369. So, Cash, I feel like the problem here might be the negative 4,300.
That's what it is. It's Casey. Thank you, Casey. It's Casey. That's exactly what I said. Casey. That's who's the problem.
I gave you all my points, Cash.
I know, and Casey took them all away, but thank you for trying.
I did hit the refresh button, Casey. Every time I hit the refresh button, Cash lost 1,000 more points. It was pretty excellent. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we've got Gem. So the way this works, Gem, is you will be in the finals automatically. So I'm going to remove you from the stage, and the semifinals here will be Chris versus Cash in the semis, and then the winner of this plays you. And then everybody stick around at the end, and we'll sign off together and plug anything that we need to plug here. And all right, so Gem, I'm removing you from the stage. You'll be back in a minute. We are down to Cash, Chris, and me. And let me see here. So Cash will go first here. Sudden death. Way better than your soundboard, Cash, just letting you know. So we're in sudden death here. The semifinal question to you, Cash. You will go first. And the question is, who in the federal government is not your Valentine, Cash? Who in the federal government is not your Valentine?
Who in the federal government is not my Valentine? All of them. All of them are not my Valentine.
You're looking at me like you took this question about 1,000% too seriously.
Man. Who in the government? What's that bald head chick's name that always be talking about reparations, and she's black? She's real big.
Is that Rashidi?
No,
whatever.
What's her name? Start with a P, I think.
Help us out in the chat here. What is her name? Oh,
she's
it is
bald headed. She looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. She's big. What's her name? Her. She's not my Valentine. Hey, there
Ayanna
you go.
Presley.
Yeah.
Trevor. Thank you, Trevor. That's a good answer. I'll give you that one. All right, Chris.
Who in the federal government is not my Valentine? I did the leaning thing again, didn't I?
You did. You did the reach for the sock thing. If you have a sock answer, I feel like this is going to work for you because it did get to the sock.
Anybody that wants to violate the Constitution is not my Valentine.
All right. So in the chat, tell us whose answer you liked better there. We will add Jem back, and we will add Terry. Jem, we will go to you. Jem, whose answer do you think was better there?
I don't know. I've been favoring Cash throughout this whole thing, but I'm going to have to stick with Cash on this one because she's pretty bad.
She's a disaster.
She's a disaster. And Chris, I love you, buddy, but it was too vague.
Eric says negative 100 to Chris for not living in a state where you get sunlight during the winter. He actually does live in a state that has sunlight during the winter, which makes
we don't have a winter.
Yeah, it makes it that much pastier for some reason. I like Joe started halfway through the sentence, so that's really not very helpful. Oh, no, so he's just answering the end. Chris wins is what he's saying. Okay. Maria says Cash. Zach says the correct answer is end the Fed. Casey said that's what he said. Hi, Connie. Secretary joined us. Welcome. Terry, what do you think? You're still muted.
I took it off. You know what? I just think it's the right night for this. Just the absolute perfect night. So I'm gonna go with Chris on this. And you know what? I think the Fed's gonna throw Chris like about 500 points while she's at it. How's that?
There you go. 100 points to Terry for her smile. All right. Well, shockingly, all of the girls in the cash liked cash, or all the girls in the chat like cash. I'm shocked. That never happens on the show ever. But so Chris, hang out backstage. We'll bring you back out in a second here. And we are down to the final here. So Cash will answer first, the underdog making it to the finals here. And then Jem will have the chance as the points leader to retort. So Cash, the question to you is, so far, Doge has saved the federal government somewhere around $50 billion. How much more should it cut, and from what?
It should cut all of it from everything. And then go back in and see if there's anything that needs to be, given back, if it's that important. But yeah, all of it, because end it. Just end it. Just shut it down. They've been stealing from us, bro. They've been literally stealing from us, sending money to, again, gender studies in Pakistan. They literally been testing animals to see how they undergo transgender surgeries. Like, well, who said that that's a good idea to pay for that? They've been putting out stuff in oatmeal, like this is dumb stuff. End it all of it. All of it.
All right, Jem, to you. So far, they've cut $50 billion. How much more should they cut, and from what?
I think Doge is going to wind up clawing back, the tens of trillions that have been siphoned off by all the corrupt politicians, and make them pay. Make them, get all the checking accounts of everybody in Congress and everybody that was associated with the defense contractors and all of the grafting media companies and tech companies. Just claw it all back. Give them the power to seize back all the corruption and pay down the national debt.
All right. In the chat, tell us who you think had a better answer. Let's bring back Terry and Chris. Chris, whose answer did you like better there? You're muted. Eric says plus 50 to Jem because he looks cozy as F in his couch.
Those were two really good answers, but I like Jim's a little bit better. Lost
Terry, to you?
Oh, twice in one night. The Fed is hitting on all cylinders. I'm gonna go with. I really think Jim's answer is like a long-term goal and stuff, so I'm gonna go with Cash on this. But he's only getting 5 points, not 500.
Joe says 6 trillion more. So,
There you go, Joe.
Oh man, my battery's about to die. All right, so Chris had Chris had Jem, Terry had Cash. Let's see, going through got another Cash.
Township.
Which is necessary from anywhere. I saw the top I saw was 80 billion. I don't think that they're going to claw back that money that Jem said. So just on the basis of that, I'm going to break the tie here and go with Cash. Plus, I do a show with Cash, so I got to see him all the time. So. I'm not going to lie. That makes
That's
my
a
life
DEI
easier.
answer.
I
That
just
makes
want to
my
say,
life easier. Yeah.
I just want to say, I
And
want
I've
to give.
imprisoned the black guy twice on the show already, so that's probably looking bad on me. So
look at you. You doing DEI right now. I'm unqualified for the win, and you giving it to me anyway. Jim, that was outstanding. So even though I may have won from the vote, you're getting the prize, bro. I recommend the Swamp Butt.
There you go.
yeah, the swamp ass cologne. The Mike Johnson cologne. That would be it'd be a nice gift to go for rhino hunters. So yeah, we mentioned where you all were at the beginning of the show. Jem, do you have anything to say and anything you want to plug here? Let me see if I can get back to your actual profile here. Where are we here? Through your profile. There we go.
I'd just say that I was glad that I could contribute to the show, and I'm just out to support patriots. And I think that we all share an interest in having a smaller government. Let's heckin' go with destroying the uniparty, right? Because I think that that's what's been the big problem. So in my bio is the Rhino Removal Project, and anybody that wants to get involved and volunteer to basically fight it through the system that we're currently in by taking down rhinos, join and help us out. Volunteer. We do spaces. We do. We're a new group, so we're still trying to build, and we're going to look to do a rhino removal rally in Texas. So Texas is going to be our first state, and we're going to try to basically tear down the uniparty, one rhino at a time, or hopefully we get them all. So that's what I'm involved in, and anybody that wants to get involved, just volunteer, and appreciate you letting me plug it.
Of course. It's a good project, and if they follow either of you, obviously they will see that on very prominent on both your profiles. Plus, they've got the rhino removal community that you can join as well, and that's probably, in my opinion, probably the easiest way to keep up with the project. So join that community as well. Obviously, follow Jem and follow Terry for that. Follow them either way, but that would be the best steps for that. And Chris, we spelled it wrong on here, but it's CS Townsend 79. Anything you'd like to plug, Chris?
I don't really have anything to plug, but this was fun. I got real nervous before, but this was a lot more fun than I thought it would be, being on this side. It's good to be able to come together, even though we have some different views on certain things. We're all in this together. Everybody counts.
Yeah. Chris is a friend of mine and one of the smartest guys on here, knows some like crazy history stuff that always is enlightening me. So make sure you follow Chris. He gets a little persnickety at times. So if you could just, watch out for that part and just ignore him on those days. He's really a nice guy. And, us ANCAPs, sometimes we're a little edgy. Sometimes we're nicer, no, super smart, totally worth following. So, and then Cash, what are you up to, Cash? I like the new picture on here and stuff.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Nothing. I'm not up to nothing. I'm just hanging out. I got my daughters. I promised them that I'm going to shoot with them. I thought this was going to be an hour, and I forgot that this is the game show where we're on here for 2 hours. So I owe them. I'm going to stay up late tonight shooting with them, edit some videos. That's what we do when they come over. We make little short films. If you guys haven't checked out our short films that we made, you should. They're really good. My daughters are amazing. Other than that, man, just creating content and trying to keep people informed and bring a little laughter, a little light. And that's about it. But I want to say shout out to Chris and Jem. You guys are dope, bro. I really enjoyed this with you guys. If you guys are not following them, if you could do me the favor, please go and give them a follow if you're on X. And yeah, just check them out. And always free. Love you, brother. You're amazing. Terry, you are the best. Freaking love you. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I appreciate my audience. I appreciate my mods. You guys are the best in the world. We got some things in the works. I'm going to talk with you guys about it after the show, Creole Binary.
Awesome. Yeah, no, we do some cool stuff together. Cash is a great guy, good friend of mine. Always love having him on the show and hanging out. Terry, do you want to say anything before we go here? Terry is right here. Bats T76. also involved in the rhino removal project with Jem.
I just want to say, you guys worked me hard tonight over there in the comment section. I loved every minute of it. You did a great job out there. Great comments. Got to hit them a little harder on those scores. They get, all those answers were not perfect, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. Fun time. And appreciate y'all doing this. Please hit a reshare so people see the replay. I think I might be under the X spell again. So any help we can get there. Down at the unit party, 100%. Trevor. Trevor also involved in the rhino removal project. Make sure you're following Trevor. Was on last week too. Well, awesome guest. Super nice guy. One of the nicest guys on here. All nice people. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm lame. I know. I got kids that tell me that. Kids telling me that all the time. That's not going to fluster me at all. But no, thanks everybody. Appreciate y'all. This was fun. We'll be back shows next week, and then we'll be back on our regular Friday next week. Hope you all have a good weekend. Good night, y'all.
Peace.